Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With insuremycars.ie. Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at insuremycars.ie.
Right, I think it's working now.
Hey, God, there we go. We're back and we're in. Fucking hell. Whoa!
We've just come off the back of singing our little hearts out for the Minder theme heading into the bank holiday weekend.
Ah, the joys
and I have
of
to
it.
say, I came down with a frog in my throat at the wrong time.
He did just at the wrong time. I'll tell you something, you can always count on Jim to have a frog at the wrong time. But we were just about to sing our way into the weekend. It's an old tradition, I have to say. It's just one of those things. It's such a jovial thing,
It
isn't
just
it?
feels good. And
Just-
of course, and the thing is, we just started talking towards the end of the show on Friday. We just started talking about how we should decide to become a new musical novelty act.
Oh, novelty act. Novelty act. Excuse me.
Well, I mean,
Blokey covers of
in
songs
the tradition
I would love
of
to do.
Ant and Dec or Robson and Jerome or Huddle and Waddle or, you know, the great traditions.
I don't know why you're mentioning them like they're novelty acts. Those are the, you know, you're talking
Yeah.
some of my favourite double duos there, you know.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't love
Oh,
to hear
man.
Huddle and Waddle back in the charts?
I'm not even fucking messing though. I think we should start releasing singles and like be a band, you know,
band?
where we do like theme tunes from the 80s now. That's just what we do. We just do theme tunes. I'm not even messing. I think we do
but
gigs and
what
all.
about the ones that don't have lyrics in them?
Well,
I mean, because we could do
what do you
them-
mean? Da 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 do 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 da 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 da. They would do that.
Right. Oh, right. So, again, just to point out, not a novelty act then.
No. It's a sing-along experience. It's a sing-along
Wow.
experience. It would be a great.
Next up, the Braymore Rooms.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't even exist anymore.
Well, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back. I think we'd be great. We could do cheers and all, you know.
Cheers to
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows
yeah.
you're.
Now, you see that? You could do that. We could do the Golden Girls.
The Golden, thank you for being a friend.
Absolutely. Obviously, we'd have our Minder theme as our big finale.
That's the big
what we're
one. Yeah,
famous
yeah.
for.
Starting, we'll do that 3 or 4 times in the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you had you had the littlest hobo today.
Exactly, we do that as well.
There you
There's
go.
a voice that keeps on calling Jim down the road. That's where I'll always be. Be great, yeah. Maybe tomorrow
Yeah.
I wanna settle
we could,
down.
We could, yeah. Maybe
Oh.
we could call ourselves the Team Tunes.
The team tune,
Or
yeah.
the
We'd be like the Teletubbies, the Tuna-Tubbies.
yeah, Tubby
The
Tunes.
Tuna-Tubbies.
With
We could
the
even
tunes.
do their song. Jim, PJ, from Nova, la la
Remember we
la.
did jingles before. What was the jingles we did before we
What
tried?
jingles did we do? I can't
We
remember.
definitely did a couple of jingles before. Remember with Mike and all?
Oh, I don't remember much now in my life, to be honest.
Right, that's
but
going
we
back
did
too
do-
far.
But I think, I'm telling you, there's something in it. Something in it. You know, like those, we like a sort of a tribute to the 80s act.
Yeah.
And maybe some 90s. We could do Saved by the Bell.
Would
when
we-
I wake up in the morning and my alarm says that I want and I don't think it will.
Would we have to dress up for it?
Ah, yeah. Not too much. Bit of spandex and that.
Right.
Like,
Kind of go full black lace kind of thing.
black, like, yeah, bit of that, yeah. Bit of that fans
I
at the
don't
front.
mean wearing black lace. I mean like
Oh,
the
right.
band.
Oh, right, I
Who
thought you
did,
meant.
who did, you know.
Oh, I thought you meant like, you wanted to wear knickers, but that's up to you. You wear whatever you want.
No, that sang Superman and Agadoo and all.
Superman.
Or whatever.
Da, 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 da.
No! Yeah, whatever. Look, they were a novelty act. What do you want?
Oh yeah, I'd be into it. Yeah.
I mean, there is a tradition abroad. I mean, Terry Wogan. The great Terry Wogan had the floral dancer. What was the name of that yoke he had a hit with?
the Roly Polies, wasn't it? No, that was no. Oh, you mean
That was
he?
Les Dawson.
Oh, he had a song himself, Terry Wogan.
Yeah, Terry Wogan was on top of the
Gee.
pop singing the
know that.
floral dance or something
I
something like that.
Did not know that. See, there you go. But again, can we pull away from the novelty act? I think there's genuine an
You want
audience.
this to be taken seriously.
Yeah, you know, and we could do like even some contemporary songs done in a sort of a laddie, this one's with heart for you sort of situation, you know.
Right. And what would we do? Just play a circuit of like nursing homes and stuff? Is it just perform on a Thursday afternoon?
That's kind of rude. I was
in the kind of nursing
no
home.
fancy places like the Clondiff House and
Oh wow!
maybe a local Up in Roundling Wood, we could do a show in Roundling Wood.
That's true. We could go.
Maybe a pub in Bray.
We could do the festival circuit.
There you are now.
That'd be a willing crowd. There's always a weird stage at a festival.
We'd be in the weird stage, yeah. The weird stage boys. You'd be there.
Where they don't really know where to put you. You know what I mean? You're not worthy of the main stage.
Yeah, we'd be in there. We'd be on after a stripper and before a poet.
Yeah.
We're right between the two.
Yeah, the culture tent.
Yeah, a male stripper would be on first. He's doing his thing, throwing off his trousers, getting everyone in the mood for a laugh.
Yeah.
And then we come on, and then there'd be that, and then maybe a pianist or some sort.
Basically, when you've no interest in the silent disco, is there anything else on? Well, there's that the tubby tunes are on in the weird tent. If you want to go and see them, I'll do that. Sure.
Do that. I'll do that. Yeah, go and
give us another can. I'll go and do that.
Yeah, it'd be great. They're giving out. Yeah, they're actually handing out free potatoes and everything. Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing.
I mean,
alternative event for a time. We were doing a story on the show that showed people forget how to have fun in their 40s. Look at us.
Yeah.
I'm knocking on the door of my 50s. You're knocking on the door of your 90s. Let's just get in and do it. Let's show people how to live. Show people how to live.
Wow. So, I mean, to be fair, I suppose we would technically be a cover band, would we?
Yes, we would be. Yeah, be cover band.
Because we won't be writing any original material.
Well, we
Although
might.
There was that one time we did write an original song. Do you remember that?
What was that one again?
Something to do with a bike.
Did we? Yeah.
Yeah, years ago. Jesus, your memory. I thought my memory was bad.
Did we write a song about a bike?
Yeah, your mate Pat helped us and all. He came in and helped us record it and everything.
No way.
Yeah, it was a nostalgia thing.
There was a bike.
Yeah, it was when we were in the other station.
Yeah. God, I don't remember a song about a bike at all.
Oh, well, look, it wasn't about a bike. I do remember something like a rally BMX or something was mentioned in it.
Oh, jeez, I haven't a clue. I wrote songs
rally
years
BMX,
ago.
Is that even a thing?
No, yeah.
Have I just got
Rally Burner, yeah.
Yeah,
the Rally Burner was a BMX, yeah. I don't know. I thought it would ring a bell at all. Jeez,
Wow.
that doesn't ring. Well, I remember.
Hopefully nobody remembers it, and hopefully it'll never resurface because it was pretty shit. We're better off with the theme tunes.
Better off with the
You're
theme
right.
tunes. That's it. Stick
Everybody
to the
loves
hits.
a good theme tune.
Stick to the hits. That's the thing. Yeah, the hits. That's what you want.
Now, only
even
the
songs
good-
from ads. Good songs from ads we could do.
Yeah, but not from not shit ones.
No,
like
no,
in other
no,
words,
no.
we don't want to be doing EastEnders. Anyone can fall in. You don't want to be doing that.
no slow
dirges.
dance sections.
No dirges.
No, I reckon the ads though, like what was the brand plates? Yeah, how'd you like our eggs done? No, it doesn't matter. You like to? How about a bowl? What was that? You only get
To be honest,
your
the
album, never
lyrics
gets-
don't even matter.
Yeah, tasty,
Yeah.
very tasty. You do that, and we hope it's chips. It's
That's
chips.
the one I was
Do you remember
thinking
that?
of.
Oh, it's chips. That
There,
was a great
belters,
ad.
belters.
And what was the other one? We hear you knocking. It was about the peas trying to get into someone's kitchen. Do you remember that?
About the peas.
Yeah, or we could do.
ad
This
for
would be a great
peas.
one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know this one. Sing along. Kimberly Mercado and Coconut Creams. Someone
better.
you love.
I think they'd be
Yeah.
belters.
Honestly,
they'd
yeah.
be magnificent.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you.
So basically-
There's actually, I know you're laughing at me and not taking me serious. I suppose that comes with the territory and the job. But I too think there's actually
a future in it.
There's an act in it. There's a one-off special in it somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
PJ and Jim and PJ, the tuna tubbies, they do one for one night only, the hits of your television screen.
I do kind of envisage what you're getting at. I can see an audience of people of a certain age getting a little bit too excited about people singing theme tunes from the 80s.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah.
mean, like there is an element of, the Clontarf Castle or something, you know what I mean, coming off.
Yeah,
it.
I'd see it at the start, right? Jim comes out on his own first and he goes, what is it? I can't believe it myself.
What is that?
What is it? So I don't know the lyrics, so you'll know the song. What's it happened to me?
Can I just do the talking ones?
Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Couldn't believe it myself.
That's
right?
it, the theme from The Greatest American Hero.
And then I get shot out of a cannon from the back. I go just over your head. And you're like, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. And the audience are like, oh my God, is he all right? And you're like, hopefully not. And
just before we go on stage, we can do the thing. This is not just music. This is PJ and Jim music.
yeah.
Brilliant.
I
love it.
And finish the show like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't tell me there's not a show in it.
I suspect after this podcast goes out, there will be a surge of people looking to book that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you
Wouldn't you book that for a Christmas party?
I was just going to say, I didn't want to mention it. I know you hate the C word, But
Yeah.
you have to feel that there would be a huge demand for a series of Christmas parties.
Wouldn't
PJ
you?
and Jim's, the Tubby Tunes,
Yeah.
Christmas
The tune of
extravaganza.
the Tubby Tunes.
Theme tune extravaganza with PJ and Jim.
Oh.
Wow, I tell you something.
Absolutely
if that
marvellous.
didn't sell out the Braemore Rooms, even though it's closed, I don't know what
Sell
would.
out the fucking car park, it would. The old car park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sell out. We should do a gig in the car park of the Tree Arena. That's how we should
That
do
would
it.
be very us.
That would be
Playing
very-
the Three Arena, just outside it.
As Michael Down used to say, it'd be like the anal sex of performance. Going into the car park where there's a purpose-built venue right next door. You'd be able to do it, you know, like that.
Can we put that in the poster?
Yes, yeah. The tune of Tubbies. Literally
Literally the anal sex of
entertainment.
entertainment. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. If nobody else liked
Whatever
it,
you're
we'd
into.
have a fucking ball with us. It sounds
Yeah,
like,
I tell you.
we're getting great laugh out of it.
It'd be absolutely wonderfully entertaining, I think. Yeah. I'd be
hard to pitch the price range really for that, isn't it? It's hard to know what people would be willing to pay.
Oh, jeez, it wouldn't be cheap now. There's a lot of effort goes into a production like that. A lot of effort goes
would
into a
be.
production like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be doing it for your bus fare.
No, no.
Yeah.
Jeez, you'd want, I'd say 150 quid a ticket anyway.
Oh, minimum.
A minimum for
Because
it.
somebody has to look after the rider. Because, I mean, in fairness, your rider for any of them gigs, the amount of chocolate on it would be off the charts.
Be Jaffa Cakes out to beat the band, and I'll be a diva about it as well. Jaffa Cakes, they don't look like they're off-brand Jaffa Cakes. You expect me to sing classic hits of the 80s with one verse and chorus each?
Oh, my God.
On off-brand Jaffa Cakes? I don't think so, yeah.
It's hard to believe, actually, that in years to come, people will listen back to this podcast and say, look, that's where it happened. That's where the germ of the idea, the seed, was planted.
Yeah.
Of what they became. They went on to play, Madison Square Gardens and everything.
Yeah, Madison Square, yeah.
Singing. Okay, it was outside Madison Square Gardens and, whatever. And they were moved on by security, but that's not the point.
Yes, when they were singing The Fall Guy.
Well, I'm not the kind to
See,
kiss and tell, but I've been
told
seen with Farrah.
Farrah. I'm down for a living on the movies and TV.
Wow.
Ooh-wee. There's millions.
Did you and I ever do... You remember when we used to do the karaoke at some of the parties? Did you and I ever do the Minder theme?
No, we didn't.
I tell you what we did do. Got two, what is it? 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
George Ezra.
George
we did.
Ezra.
Yeah, we did George Ezra. I can't remember what else we did.
Are you sure we never did the Minder theme?
I don't. Maybe I can't remember anything. I can't even remember the song we wrote.
It's funny you say that you can't remember anything. You always seem to be able to bring up the time that I was absolutely crucified and mortified having to sing a Christmas song.
Brilliant. It was one of the greatest stage moments I've ever
It's amazing
seen.
how that sticks in your mind.
We didn't realise that Here It Is, Merry Christmas. We didn't realise until we were in the middle of the karaoke game performance to a live audience.
Full
live audience. And we didn't realise that the song is about, what is it, 4 or 5 minutes long, and 2.5 minutes of it is literally just So here it is, Merry Christmas.
And I tell you something, a lot of audience get bored of that very quickly.
Jim did about 50 seconds of it, and it started again. He went, "Oh, here I'm going," he said into the microphone.
Trust me, they'd had enough.
Oh!
They'd had enough at that
Oh,
stage.
here I'm going.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
I lost out to Frank Sinatra.
The music's still playing. Our manager going, is he going back on, or is that it? I think that's it. I think he's gone.
Yeah. I should have really done a mic drop moment, but I didn't. I wasn't cool enough.
You
to
didn't
be
even
able
have
to
the
do
mic
that.
in your hand.
That's
I don't
true,
think you were
exactly.
standing at the mic stand. Yes. Merry Christmas!
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, Jim, but Patrick's weekend now. We're just going into it. Are you going to do anything like, are you going to go to a show with the caliber of ours?
Well, I mean, where would you get it? Where would you get that level of entertainment? I mean, I suppose I can't. Will I? I won't actively go. It may find me. I may end up in a hostelry, and before I know it, I may end up surrounded by musicians.
Definitely,
but
that happens.
It'll take me by surprise.
Yeah.
I won't necessarily be there for the performance.
Well, of course you're going to be surrounded by musicians. They'll be there. What ideas have you got? They'll be there going this weekend. What do you think of
Can
them?
we be part of your band?
We heard about the show. Can I audition?
Yeah.
You've got to get loads of that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we do
Fiddlers
it, then
know.
we should definitely do it with a more unusual back. Everybody has guitar and drums.
That's true. Let's do it full Irish.
Yeah.
Bell-rons and fiddles and all. Classic hits of the 80s, done Irish
And
style.
kazoos.
And
And
kazoos.
people playing the comb.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Imagine. And then to go through the band. Ladies and gentlemen, on Comb tonight. We have Mr. Seamus O'Reilly from Newbridge. And he does a solo. Boing, 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 boing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The man at the back, Mr. Silver Spoons himself.
Yeah. Liam! Oh! Flanagan! Yeah, that'd be the way.
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking.
Bruce Springsteen must be shitting himself.
Yeah. On the burst, Bower on is Harry. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Bower. He can only play the edges.
He can only play the
'cause
edges.
It's torn in the middle.
No idea why he's here when there's a spoon fella already.
Yeah, and a lad with a box.
Yeah.
There's always a lad with a box.
A lad with a box of string and an old brush handle.
Man, do you know something?
Yeah.
You've sold me on it.
I'll tell you,
I'm in.
Great.
Get me a contract, I'll sign
Oh, God. Okay, now we have that sorted out. Have a great Patrick's weekend, everybody else. Woo. And don't rob our ideas, okay? We're the tubby to tell you. What is it I says? The tubby tunies. The tuny tubs.
Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. With
Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at
Today is the birthday of Chuck Norris. We ended up getting inundated then with all the Chuck Norris gags, because traditionally Chuck Norris is the hardest of hard men.
The toughest of tough guys there ever was.
Yeah. But however, it appears that, again, if you want to be really happy in your life, now this isn't sort of happy in love necessarily, this is in life in general, across the board.
Although it is pretty much about relationships more than anything else now. It is.
Yeah.
It does say, being able to say sorry, yes, Jim is right, it does apparently make you a happier person in general, but they say you have the men in particular who have the most satisfied relationships are men who have what they call intellectual humility.
Thank you.
Which comes with an ability to just say sorry, admit you are wrong, and move on.
Finally, it's come round.
Is it now?
This is my
you, though?
Yeah. So yeah, you might think, something. You might think you're a bit of a Chuck Norris man, hard as nails, never apologise, all that sort of stuff. Well, those of us who crumble have had our moment.
Now, are you one of them? Because there's a different ways of saying sorry. This is about people who say sorry and mean it.
Oh, I say sorry all the time.
And you mean it.
Of course I do.
Do you?
I'm sure. Well, yeah. Well, how do you mean it?
Well, there's
Depends
different
on
ways
of
saying sorry. There is. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I take ownership of that. I shouldn't have done it. I apologise. I hurt your feelings. It should never have. That's a sorry.
Right.
And there's, I'm sorry. I'm always wrong, ain't I?
You mean the way you apologise?
Do you know what I'm sorry for? I'm sorry I met you. I'm sorry I ever met you. That's what I'm sorry for. I'm sorry that I'm in your life ruining everything with my catastrophic living and breathing, There's that sort of an apology.
The one where somebody goes, you don't like the way I'm doing it? Well, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about that because it's not going to change.
Right, okay. So obviously an insincere apology is not going to work.
Because everybody thinks they're good at saying sorry. Everybody thinks they say they're good at it, right? It's one of those things. But very, very few people actually are and mean it and be genuine.
You mean
about
those people who turn around and go, I have no problem saying sorry when I'm wrong. I'm just never really wrong.
Happened. It just hasn't happened yet. It just never get there. It never seems to go that way.
Of course not.
1 in 3, or only 3%, I beg your pardon, not 1 in 3, 3% of people, and get this for a crazy world, say they've never had an argument with their spouse. So neither person has ever had to say sorry.
Assume they never spoke to each other.
Well, let me say this. I'm sorry, but you're a pack of liars.
Yeah.
Anyone
exactly.
who says that, yeah. It's gas, isn't it? And 82% of people believe that in most disputes, they are right. Their spouse is in the wrong. So even if they feel like they're right, they would say sorry.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
You see there,
100%.
Of course you do. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just sorry I exist. I'm sorry for breathing.
Oh, yeah. Should I walk in the door, literally key in the door, open the door. Sorry! Yeah, me again. Sorry.
That's right. Even people are looking for Jim. Jim, sorry. Whatever it is, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
I apologise. Apologies.
It's like PJ said something to me earlier on, off air, and I went, oh God, what am I doing now?
Yeah, I got a message about you, and he was like, oh God, you have to put the heart across. What happened? I said, no, nothing, it was good. Someone wants to invite you to something.
Anyway, but so what you're saying is those of us who say sorry, what have we got? We've got intellectual humility.
Humility, yeah.
Not just fear then.
No, you're
not desperate fear and anxiety.
No, you're full of intellectual humility.
Thank you.
You're a lot more grown up than I am. I know that's hard to believe, but it is true. I know it's very hard to believe, but you are. It's a stretch, I know. Yeah. But because I'm definitely one of those. There has to be an edge on the apology sometimes. Sometimes, sometimes anyway. I'm sorry you're upset. I'm sorry that upset you. I'm sorry,
Yeah, because you're brilliant at you're brilliant at the silences.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can carry them off if you're in bad form with somebody, or whatever, and they're expecting an apology for you, but you decided I'm not. I've done nothing wrong.
Sit it out.
You can keep that
sit it out, yeah.
I'd cave straight away. Well, not straight away.
That's because you're over there downloading all the information again. That's because you're sitting there like a smartphone again, downloading all your apps are open. What are they thinking about me now? What's going to happen? How is this going to turn out? What are other people going to think when this story gets out? What are people going to say? Who's going to think I'm right? Who's going to think I'm wrong? You're doing all this to yourself.
Yeah.
And again, I'm over in the corner like a Nokia just going,
So my apology is, listen, I'm really, really sorry. Okay. What are you sorry about? I'm not really sure, but I am really sorry.
Yeah, absolutely everything. Everything from start to finish. I am sorry.
Glory Days. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova with
InsureMyCars.ie. Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at InsureMyCars.ie.
There's a lot to be said for a sink. Apparently the big trend in bathrooms this year is your statement sink. So imagine now somebody comes around to your house and you're there in the house and all, and they say, can I use your bathroom? And they went into your bathroom and for the love of God, there's a plain white sink there. So wouldn't you be mortified?
Excuse me, plain
mortified.
white sinks are very in.
Well, maybe if that's the statement you want to make, Jim. Plain Jane over here. But apparently the statement sink is all about, it's a sink that's as spectacular as your personality is what I'm reading here. It becomes a standout feature of the bathroom. And you do, so whatever your personality is, you make your sink match it. So I suppose a big bowl now would be the sort of sink I'd probably have there. Big old bowl in it.
Well, that'd be, actually, that probably is, taps, that's probably very mod, if you have a real, just a big giant bowl of a thing. That's probably regarded as cool.
Yeah, but that's it.
Or else one of those sinks, those sinks, they're so deep, they're like a giant trough. It's basically like a small bath. Somebody's put in as a sink.
If you're going to wash your hands, you're going to have to get, here's some swimming trunks. You're going to have to get into it to reach the tap.
You need to get a hoosh up so you can get down to the water.
Exactly, but statement sink it's all about the statement sink.
So it's the bathroom sink though, not the bathroom. Because when you said statement sink, I immediately thought, well, in the kitchen, and it'll be one of those ones that have the fancy taps that do hot, cold, and scalding and whatever.
I'm sorry, you're right though. That's actually a part of it as well. It's just the stats or statements you make to yourself. You're not going to have someone around your house and then say, hey, while you're here, you wouldn't fancy doing the dishes. And get them to check out your statement sink that way.
Right.
They don't really get to experience the sink in the same way. I suppose they might do, but you can make a statement sink anywhere you want. You can have a statement sink in the garden if you're brave enough.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't be.
Yeah. A statement that would, I suppose, now that you mention it, in the kitchen. Would you like to go to the kitchen for a glass of wine? The kitchen, really? Yeah. I thought we'd maybe hang out by the sink. Yeah, imagine, have a glass of wine, chat.
Like a glass of wine or beer or water. They'd be there. I'll have a beer. I think I'll have a water. I think you'll have a water.
Would you like hot, cold, or absolutely scalding?
Honestly, the beer is fine. No, we'll start with the water. Come over here to the sink. I'll get you a water.
Yeah, just casually pass your hand over that. Why? Just do it.
Just do what I'm asking you, will you? Yeah, that's actually proper boiling water. As you can see, the sink tells us the temperature of the water at any given time.
Yeah. Do you want to know what you weigh? No, not really. Just lean on that.
Get into the sink. Get into the sink. Just humour me for a minute. Get into the sink. I want you to tell people about this.
Wow. So now you need a statement sink.
You need a statement sink. You're nobody now without a statement sink. And of course, there's all kinds of different ones. There's the stone ones, the marbly looking ones. There's the
stone would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
It would be kind of cool.
I suppose it depends on the decor of your entire house, though, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. You don't want, like for a cheetah wallpaper and then a stone sink, you'd look ridiculous. You have to match. You need a cheetah sink as well.
Glory Days. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova with InsureMyCars.ie.
Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at
InsureMyCars.ie.
You know the way there's always those kind of weirdly, well, let's just say strange accidents. Like, for example, my learned friend and colleague, PJ Gallagher, when he famously broke his own nose while tying his shoelace.
I don't see any need to bring that up now.
I'm just saying as an example. He was tying his shoelace innocently, decided that it would never be tight enough, lace broke, smacks himself in the face, and bloodied his nose. Now, so accidents can happen. But there's a strange kind of twist on that in the papers this morning.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? A warning has had to be put out, if you can believe it. But doctors have had to put out a warning to please be careful when you're using eye drops. Not that they're putting them in incorrectly, or not that they're using too much of it, or maybe too little and it's not helping the problem. But to warn them that they have a number of reports of people mistaking super glue for eye drops. And they're gluing their eyes shut.
There's nothing funny about that. That's very serious.
Yeah. A stark rise in consumers mistaking nail glue as well as super glue, nail glue for eye drops and other things. And obviously that's increased emergency room visits. You would have to say that sometimes people, they probably wouldn't be dealt with first in the queue if that was. One particular TikTok video shared about 41,000 times. A doctor has come on. From Colorado, of course, in the States. But he's not the only one saying, please be careful what you're doing. I know the packets are similar, but some of them aren't. One man managed to get wood glue into his eye. I no idea how he did that, yeah.
That's normally white in nature, isn't it, wood glue?
It also comes in 1.5 litres. I don't know who thinks he could buy eye medication in 1.5 litres. Squeezy tubes with a huge funnel on the end.
Yeah. I mean, I
know
that
you need a gun to apply, to the windows, to corners and everything. So he says it is amazing.
The other thing that strikes me about this, I know what you're saying, or Dave said in the story, that the bottles may be of a similar sort of size and, even possibly a shape in some instances. Yeah. But in what household does your super glue and your eye drops reside in the same area?
Yeah, why are people keeping super glue in the mirror behind the sink,
Yeah.
Or why are they keeping eye drops in the DIY cupboard?
In the garage, whatever.
In the garage. And who puts eye drops in the garage? There's a lot of questions. And of course, there's not, it's not like this is the first time we've seen stuff like this,
Yeah.
People do ridiculous things all the time. But this is the latest one. This is what we've been warning about.
And the fact that it's happened so much that a doctor actually felt they had to come out and say it. It's not like it was a one-off. Well, I'll tell you about this mad situation where this thing happened to this one person.
Yeah, no, it's a rise. It's a stark rise, they say, in this happening, It's like before we did a story once where doctors had to plead with people to please not do surgery on themselves. That's a plead. And dentists at one point, you might remember we did that story, it's years ago now, where they said, will you please stop trying to do dental surgery or remove teeth on your own and all?
Yeah.
To think that there's still lads out there tying string around their teeth and running up the road or whatever it is they're doing. I did say lads, because I don't think women do that.
I know it's expensive. It is expensive nowadays, medical visits and all that sort of stuff. But really, you do have to draw the line somewhere. Surgery and dental extractions and stuff like that really should be handled by a professional.
By a professional. And by an actual professional. Not like a fella, who's pretty good with making a chair. And things like that.
Yeah.
Say Derek is brilliant with his hands. He can fix that. I've seen him put tables. You want to see him doing IKEA flat pack furniture? He's absolutely brilliant. I see no reason why he wouldn't be able to give me a filling in me tooth.
Of course. I'm wondering now whether there's other examples. Of the not necessarily of the glue being mistaken for eye drops, but is there other kind of things where you'd potentially mistake something for something completely different? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, if you're going to mistake it with eye drops, imagine the amount of creams of various sorts that people have in their medicine cabinets or whatever they have.
We said got sunburned. Someone actually texted us in here, and that was again a few years ago. Somebody couldn't understand why they got burnt when they were on their holidays, in spite of all the suntan lotion they were putting on. And it turned out they were putting athlete's foot cream all over their body when they were on holidays. Do you remember that?
Athlete's foot?
Yeah, it was putting foot cream on all over them for the whole week.
And getting scalded.
And they got scalded and went, that's ridiculous. That's what factor is that? And his wife looked at it and went, well, it's factor nothing, you idiot. It's for athlete's foot.
But for example, supposing you suffered, let's say with your hemorrhoids or something.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, the hemorrhoids. Like the last thing you'd want to put on is something like, mistake that with the deep heat or something.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's been done. Someone's put something spicy in there, don't you? Someone's really gone for it. You do, someone has. That works on everything. Mother of God!
Glory Days. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. With
Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at
Occasionally we do try and bring you, we do try and bring you stories about how people have discovered benefits to certain foods and whatnot.
We do, yeah. And there's a great one today that apparently eating fish will really boost your social skills, apparently.
Your social skills?
Yeah, Bristol University have done some study they used data from children in the 90s. I don't know how they did that. They're hardly still eating fish and they hardly did time travel. But anyway, but they showed that children who ate no fish were more likely to display suboptimal pro-social behaviour. And pro-social behaviour is, that's what you want, really. That's what wants you to get out and about and want to meet other people and everything. So the more fish you eat, the more social you get. Here's the problem. Here's the catch. The more fish you eat, the less people probably want to hang around. I mean, if you're smelling like you have old sardines in your pocket all the time.
Yeah,
I
have to say,
I'm all for a bit of fish. But
I was about to say that I actually see the merit in that survey because
yeah,
like I would eat fish, but I mean I wouldn't be a big fish eater. I'm kind of more seafood than fish. Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
Do you know what I'm going at?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I do understand.
All for your prawns and your lobsters and your crab and all
crustaceans.
That. More so than your your standard fish.
And a crustacean doesn't stink. Whereas I've never, you don't get stinky crustaceans. You don't.
Not as much. I don't find it so. Maybe.
I've never said, the smell of lobster off your man. I've never had it. But this will show now, this is my living proof. I was putting tuna in the microwave every so often in here. Well, my God. It was like I was walking around with a balaclava pointing a gun at people. People were going absolutely spare over it.
Yeah.
And there was a poor fella here called Ray that worked here one time.
And it was and we're not joking. Yeah, it's a fish story about a bloke called Ray.
Ray, yeah. And Ray put his haddock in the microwave. And honestly, he was made send around a group email apology to everybody in the office.
Because the stench
of it. Everyone was like, who's after doing that? He was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry,
And you see, and I guarantee you will get these people going, no, lads, no, fish doesn't smell. I'll tell you, no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
if it's fresh, and all this.
Fish only smells if it's gone off.
Absolute rubbish. Walk by a fishmonger's, right? I'm just telling you. That's where the gags come from, right?
Go into a fish shop today and say, give us a smell of your hair. The person that's working there, give us a smell of your hair. And then come out and tell me you didn't smell anything.
Exactly.
You didn't smell anything. Yeah.
It has its own odour.
It does have its own
odour. You can
odour.
choose whether you find that good or bad.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And that's it.
If you're writing apology emails...
Yeah, there's something
Take
going
it from
on.
that.
It's a bit like saying garlic. If you ate off 3 cloves of garlic every day, you become more friendly. That's grand. But no one wants to be friends with you. They can't stand next to you. If you empty a whole can of Old Spice into your trousers and stand next to it, it makes you really friendly. No one wants to do it. It's like, it's just, where do you draw the line? If you smell like a dog's bottom... Research shows people who smell like dogs' bottoms are the friendliest people on public transport. I know they are. They're all mad.
Yeah, they're all looking for friends.
Yeah.
They can't be found.
Yeah.
That is amazing, isn't it? That the fish would make you want to be kind of social and
life all
interact,
over, isn't it?
And everybody's literally going, for the love of God.
Shit. Yeah. Here he is.
I have to go now. I have to go.
That's it. You get a nickname and all. Oh, here's Captain Salmon now with a big smile on his face. Look at him. Oh my God, here he is. Here's fish tartare.
Yeah, Captain Birdseye. Captain Salmon.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie or on the Nova app.
With insuremycars.ie. Get low prices and save on your car insurance today at insuremycars.ie.